Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm going to start applying the guide coat. I'm going to show you what I'm going to use as a guide coat, and I'm going to show you how to block sand the primer. Let's get started. What I'm going to be using is an aerosol can. It's matte black, just flat black, and I'm just going to mist it down on all the primered areas. That's going to be my guide coat so that I can start blocking the primer. That is it. That's all you need. Now I'm gonna let it dry for about an hour, maybe two. It's flat black, so it'll dry real quick, and I'll start block sanding. After applying the guide coat, now I can start removing the plastic. Okay, after removing the plastic, I also removed the doors. Okay, now let me show you something that happened with the doors. Here are the doors. Now this door had a lot of body filler. I kind of smoothed it out, fixed it. It's ready for primer. All this, I had to sand it to bare metal. So that's one thing. On this door is pretty good. Didn't have anything, but I did have to sand it to bare metal. Reason being is that on both of the doors, the paint was peeling also. So I had to do that. Now all I gotta do, cover it up so that I can start primering it. Let me do that so that you can see. They're ready. They're already covered up. They're ready for the primer. I already cleaned it with a wax and grease remover. We're good to go. Let's start applying the DTM primer direct to metal. There it is. The primer has been applied. 3 coats of primer, waiting 15 minutes in between. Now all I'm gonna do, let it dry for a couple of days. Put a guide coat like the way you saw me put on the truck. Start block sanding it. So let me just take you back to the block sanding. I already applied the guide coat. It's the same way I applied it to the truck. Now I'm gonna use a long block so that I can start sanding. I got 220 grit sandpaper, and all I'm gonna be doing is a cross pattern motion until all this guide coat is gone. Once it's gone, I'll stop and continue. You'll see how I'm gonna be doing it. Right here that it has a little lip. I'm gonna be doing it with the round block. You'll see right now. As you can see right there, all of these areas are low spots. So I'm gonna keep on sanding until all these areas are gone. And if I start reaching the metal, where the metal comes through, I'm gonna have to put some putty there. But so far it's doing real good. Let me continue sanding, and I'll bring you back as soon as everything has been sanded. All this area has been sanded. Now that almost everything has been block sanded, except this, I'm going to show you what I'm going to be doing with this curve. But these areas right here, real tiny, I need to put some putty. This one probably a little bit of body filler. I'm going to show you how to do that. Everything else that has bare metal, I'm just going to put some self-etching primer. Okay, self-etching primer, and that'll do it. But everything has been sanded. Right here, I still need to put some self-etching primer, but it came out real nice. So let me show you what I'm going to be doing here. This is what I'm going to be using. It's a round block, which I'm going to have to start sanding like that. I'm still going to go in a cross pattern motion, but it's going to be going up. Okay, let me put the sandpaper on this so that I can show you. Once I'm done, I still need to put some putty right there, and right there. But this is the only thing that I used with 220 grit sandpaper. The maroon Scotch Brite, I used it right here. Okay, so now after everything's sanded, what you need to do, get yourself a DA with an interface pad and put 320 grit sandpaper so that you can go all over the door to eliminate the 220 grit scratches that it has. The interface pad, what's going to do, it's not going to dig into the primer and create a mess. So let me just put the 320 grit sandpaper and start DAing the entire door. me start applying some putty. This is the putty I'm going to be using on the little pinholes. Now for this, I'm going to have to get myself some 220 grit sandpaper. Just scuff it down because this is not sanded at all. So this area too, I'm going to scuff it down so that I can start applying the body filler. There it is, the body filler has been applied. Now I'm gonna let it set and just block it as normal body filler. I'm just gonna block it down, make it smooth, and that'll be it. And there it is, guys. I already block sanded the body filler. I already sanded the putty. Everything is ready to go. Now you saw me sand with the DA with 320. After that, I sanded it down with 400. And that's where it's at right now, at 400 grit. Now these areas where bare metal is at, I'm going to be using this self-etching primer. It's from Transtar. There it is. And that's what I'm going to be using a little bit before I start painting. Okay, before I start painting, I'm going to apply it and then leave it for about 15 minutes, 20 minutes. And then I can start adding the sealer. After the sealer comes the paint. And this will be it, guys. This is the way you block sand primer to have everything ready for paint. I hope you guys learned something. I hope you guys now know how to block sand primer. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my Instagram page. It's PHARRAWAY Paint. And this will be it, guys. This will be it for this video. Guys, thank you very much. Have a great weekend. And stay safe out there. And like always, God bless.